On today's WrestleMania Sunday news, we're going to talk about all the major title changes and so much more that went down at WrestleMania 37.
It was raining, it was pouring. Yeah, there was a lot of rain at WrestleMania.
There were some big old changes that have been confirmed to the Raw commentary team going forward.
And 25,000 fans were at WrestleMania Night 1. It felt like 4 million, but just 25,000.
Hello everyone, it is Sunday and it's not a solo Sunday because they've given us someone to play with. We've got Ben Roy, he's here looking fresh as a trampled daisy. Bless you.
I didn't do my hair, but I'm here and I've been drafted in and this is the wrestling news on a Sunday. It's weird, I'm scared, Gareth. Leave me in because I don't like the Sunday.
This is what we do, man. I've got you. You're in safe hands, which is probably the least we could say for anybody inside of Raymond James Stadium last night, because it was crazy. But we'll talk about the real mad craziness after this, but we'll talk about the actual stuff that went down match-wise, event-wise, on the night itself. So, first of all, massive takeaway, huge takeaway in the main event, and huge spoilers, obviously, red lights flashing, huge spoilers in the main event. Bianca Belair came away with the SmackDown Women's Championship. She beat Sasha Banks, and in the process, her whip, I believe it broke the sound barrier on Sasha Banks' stomach because it just cracked. It was very reminiscent to when my resistance band snapped off my door a couple of weeks back and snapped my back in half. It was insane. So that was your main event, and then I'll quickly run through all the real just massive points on this. We had Bobby Lashley retained his WWE Championship in a shocking first match against Drew McIntyre. It was the early unbreakable hurt lock he had on him that just completely threw the entire night early on. You were like, what is going to happen? Anything can happen. It's WrestleMania. We had loads of slips and trips because of something Ben Roy's going to talk about after this. But we had Mandy Rose falling flat on her bottom. We had AJ Styles nearly going. He nearly went. And just everyone started tripping and flying all over the place early on in the night as well. We also have new Raw Tag Team Champions, AJ Styles, and Omos did it. Your boy Omos on his debut absolutely wrecked the New Day. He looked like the most intimidating tree you've ever seen in your life. It was brilliant. It was awesome. Bad Bunny ran wild. Bad Bunny hit a Bunny Destroyer, all right? That's all I need to say about that. If you don't know what I'm on about, just watch the match. He came away with the win with Damian Priest. It was mad. It was nuts. Cesaro beat Seth Rollins. Natalia and Tamina are your new number one contenders to the women's tag team titles. That was what it was. No sign of Becky Lynch, and I'm never going to forgive her for making us sit all the way through those damn theories that we did yesterday on the other news video because we thought she was going to return. She didn't. Also, Braun Strowman threw Shane McMahon off a cage. You knew that was going to happen. He also ripped his hand through the cage to get Shane McMahon back into it. It was better than it had any right to be, that match. And those are the big takeaways on just night one, Ben Roy. What did you think? What was your mania moment of the night?
The mania moment of the night was seeing Jonathan Bradshaw Layfield sitting there on the secondary desk, Hall of Fame. But just to be serious, my moment was the show went on. I remember, was it 2 hours late in the end? Was it 2 hours? Just seeing these matches being able to take place. Bobby Lashley retaining was a big one for me. I was a bit scared because Drew's had 2 reigns at this point, and he's had the first one was probably over 100 days. I'm guessing. I'm not going to look at Wikipedia, and. Bobby Lashley. I just want Bobby to be appreciated. I'm sad about the Hurt Business getting all upset with each other, and I just want him and MVP to be happy and look after that belt for a while longer. And Big Bobby. I think for me, Big Bobby and Big Bradshaw being on the show, but Big Bobby retaining for me. What about you? What's your favourite moment?
Only you could find a way to turn this into the Bradshaw Layfield edition of the news. Only you, Ben Roy. Only you. For me, I'm just going to be so generic and just say it has to be that main event. It was just so feel good. It was the match of the night for me, arguably, and this is coming from a guy who started to do a lot of NXT this week and sang its praises. I think that match, Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks, was match of the week. It's one of the best, period, it's one of the best WrestleMania main events you'll see. I thought it was fantastic. The story they told was brilliant. Undoubtedly the best women's match you've ever seen at WrestleMania. It was fantastic, and it just filled me with. It made me go to sleep like high on adrenaline, like that. It doesn't happen normally after WrestleMania. You normally just drop because you've been up for 10 hours. It was just, I was high as a kite. I'm still high as a kite, but may have something to do with all the coffee I've drank as well. But Ben Roy, what happened before we even got into WrestleMania?
It was raining, it was pouring. Some people were snoring because, you know, it's a late time around the world, especially the UK. So it was raining. It was for what we feared for so many outdoor WrestleManias. I think like we're at WrestleMania 37,000 right now, like 37. But yeah, it just rained, and the rain caused WrestleMania to be something like almost 2 hours late, I believe. It felt longer, and just sitting there last night playing Splinter Cell, just waiting for this thing to goddamn start, and finishing my whiskey before it started. It was like, what's going on? Why is it not happening? Vince went, it's WrestleMania, and I was getting all hyped, and then the adrenaline was still bubbling around for another 100 years as the show was going on. But yeah, it was raining. What do you think about the rain? Do you think this was the revenge of God from Backlash 2006? Do you think this was that rivalry coming back together with God and Vince? What do you think? I think it was that.
This is a feud 15 years in the making, Ben Roy. Damn right. This is what this is. It was mad. I had a nap because obviously I worked yesterday with Phil. We covered all the SmackDown, the WrestleMania SmackDown stuff. We had a great time doing all that. And I just thought I'll have a little pre-Mania nap because, you know, your boy's tired, needs to get his hours in. And I woke back up and everyone, it was weird because when me and Phil were talking about this whilst we were working yesterday, he popped up at like 4 o'clock, I think it was, and he said, have you seen, there's a weather warning, the storm's heading towards Tampa. And we just made a load of jokes about, I'd sooner it be raining in Florida, at least it's warm rain, just all these little off-the-cuff jokes. And then I woke back up and I just saw the headlines, WrestleMania's delayed, and then I started watching the show itself. And Samoa Joe and Michael Cole are in ponchos. It was balmy. We had all these awesome promos. I loved it. We had all these brilliant unscripted promos because they were just put under pressure, all right? And all these WWE stars were thrown into these interview situations, and it was a real sink or swim moment. And we saw the people who just dropped to the bottom of the ocean like a massive brick, and then the other people who turned into dolphins. Like Kevin Owens in particular was absolutely brilliant. He just stared down the barrel and he just started talking for what felt like 2 minutes, but he could have gone on and on and on. He told such a great story, and it was almost like justice for all the people who've been asking for unscripted promos for the last how many years. It was like, hey guys, 20 minutes full of them because the weather's just crap. So it was mad. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the weather's better tonight. Like I can't go through this again. My heart can't take it anymore. They don't deserve it. It was nuts. It was improv night in Raymond James Stadium. But one of the other big takeaways we had before we even got into WrestleMania itself, I believe this news broke. There was the announcement that the Raw announced team, so going forward, the likes of, I think it's Tom Phillips, Samoa Joe, and Byron Saxton usually, that's going to be changed up going forward. Those who watched WrestleMania last night would have noticed that Tom Phillips was not on the announce desk. It was Michael Cole kept filling in on the Raw side of things, which was a bit strange for a lot of people, but the reason for that, I believe, was something to do with COVID protocols, things like that. So he was just taken out of the situation. But going forward on Raw, Adnan Virk is said to be taking place as the play-by-play commentator, for Raw starting this Monday. And that's Wrestling Inc. have confirmed this. This is Raj Giri has put out a nice little write-up on this. He's a Canadian sportscaster. He's hosted The Score in Canada, obviously. He worked for ESPN for 9 years between 2010 and 2019. But then he was fired, I believe, for allegedly leaking ESPN information to the media, which he's come out and said that he's just made an example of and all this other stuff. But clearly, WWE are big fans of him, so it seems like there's been an exchange. They've sent Charlie Caruso over to ESPN and brought Adnan Virk over to WWE. It's going to be interesting seeing what Raw looks like. I think they do this. They seem to do this every single year. They just change up the announce team just after WrestleMania and just go, see if that works.
Yeah, gone are the days of your announcer team lasting what seems like 10 minutes. I've never seen this work, so I'm looking forward to something new. Tom Phillips did a nice little stint in the pandemic era, we're calling it. That's what they were calling it on the show last night. surprised they were saying the word pandemic so much. But yeah, I haven't got really much more to add to this apart from I haven't seen any of his work on ESPN because I don't watch ESPN because I don't like real sports. I just like the ones where they all sort of wear nice leather outfits and dance around with each other because that's the type of person I am. Looking forward.
Boxing. So you like boxing? That's it.
No, boxing's a bit. No, I'm going to turn heel now. I think boxing's boring. But from boxing being boring, right, to 25,000 fans being in the arena, which felt like. I don't know about you, but to me it felt like there was 25 million fans in the arena because you're not used to seeing real humans. And then when you go, oh God, all these humans are next to each other. Oh God, some of them aren't wearing a mask. Oh God, have they been vaccinated? But oh God, there were 25,000 fans in the arena. What do you think? Like, it's just speak to me about 25,000 humans together in a place, Gav. Speak to me about that in 2021.
I feel like your mind was going through a lot more anxious thoughts than mine was at this point. I think it was confirmed when it was like 25,600 and so WWE did the typical thing, it sounds like, where they've just gone, we've gone a little bit over the expected amount.
If they said 25,000 plus, then then there was probably about 5,000 on their estimations. The way they sort of build up, they probably just moved everyone as the camera cut, like everyone over there, everyone over there, everyone over there. But yeah, I was very anxious. A lot of people in these times. I'm anxious when I look out the window and I see people walking home from school. Like, you know, I don't know about you, Gav. Like, was you happy to see this? I was happy to see this. It felt like a real wrestling show again. I don't know. Like, take this from me before I ramble forever and talk about 25,000 humans.
I completely agree. It was so refreshing and so needed. And I think Adam Cleary put a tweet out just saying like he was going to go to bed, he was going to just leave it, and then he had to treat himself. It's been such a hard year for everyone, and just seeing that pop. Just seeing the pop for Drew when he came out first, I was so worried at one point when it seemed like they were just going to have Vince McMahon take the first pop. Then they went, the WWE chairman, Vince McMahon was here, and he came to the front of the stage and like introduced us, this is WrestleMania. I thought they were going to do the no chance in hell thing, and everyone had popped to that, and I was like, ew. But they didn't do that. We got Drew McIntyre was the first real big entrance, and initially, I was a bit like, I don't want to say, because it sounds so ungrateful, like, but I don't want to say I was underwhelmed, but I think I just built it up in my mind that there was going to be this noise similar to what happened when Edge debuted. Obviously, not taking into account the fact, not debuted, returned, but not taking into account the fact that there was like 60,000, 70,000 people in that arena in the Royal Rumble. But I think after the music kind of died down during these entrances and the matches started happening, the atmosphere, it was just palpable. I loved it. They, like you said, they made it feel like there was a million people in that arena. Like, it was just, everyone was on form. And I think a lot of that is down to the fact that it wasn't a 10-hour show. It was like 3 hours, 3.5, 4 hours altogether, not counting the delays, but like the actual show itself in the chunk it was. It really, I thought it was paced so well for a WrestleMania. I think it's probably one of the most, I'd say enjoyable, like quick in terms of WWE in context, but like quick chunks of wrestling that I've witnessed, and especially during like this era, this like pandemic era, where it's just sometimes felt like a bit of a slog at times, even when they have been a bit shorter, just because there's no energy. It just shows you what fans bring. They bring this immediacy, and some of the reactions like on the night, like the people hearing people actually laugh at things that were funny and weren't just buttons pressed. It was. I love it. I can't wait for more of it tonight. Obviously, we've got the big stream tonight with Adam Wilborn and Phil Chambers. They're going to be rocking that stream tonight. Adam Nicholas and Andy Murray, I believe, had a few technical issues of their own at the start of
really?
night one. Yeah, I saw a lot of stuff on Twitter. I wasn't fully I was trying to watch the thing myself. It was all over the place. I
heard the Undertaker popped up in the comments a few times, but apart from that, like I thought they went down as fine and dandy. But yeah, like 25,000 fans, felt lovely. The show went by fast, even though like the extra 2 hours tagged on. If there's one takeaway I take from this era of the pandemic, as I want wrestling shows to be a bit more lean again, like. Watching WWE pay-per-views, it's nice because they sort of fly by. AEW ones seem to drag now because they're going through the glut of trying to get everyone on the show. But WrestleMania should stay 2 nights forever now. and because it's WrestleMania and it just kind of works. But yeah, I just hope that tonight there's less rain, even though the rain was fun. The rain's only fun for one night, and hopefully the Underturner doesn't pop up on any other streams tonight. So we'll see.
We'll see. We won't wish that upon ourselves. We'll just keep our fingers uncrossed for that one, Underturner, or if that is your real name. But yeah, hopefully we'll maybe not see another Wet and Wild Mania. But that has been your not solo Sunday news. This has been your multiple Sunday news.
Tag news. There's
tag
two
news.
people tag teaming.
That is it, Tag Team Turmoil news. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to it. Click on all the other WhatCulture videos around our heads probably at this point. Follow myself on Twitter at gmorgan04. Where can they follow you, Ben Roy?
You follow me somewhere, but follow Gareth at gmorgan04. I'd say that. Just follow Gareth at gmorgan04 and me at Ben Roy Turner. Just follow Gareth at gmorgan04.
Oh my God, I'm getting put well over it. It's brilliant. I got put over by the Underturner, man.
I'm not the Underturner. I'm just a guy wearing a bandana, drinking a Monster and trying not to fall asleep.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a monster. So, thank you very much for watching. We will see you very, very soon. Again, tune into the live stream tonight. Tune to all the other WhatCulture videos and content that are going to be going down here on YouTube and on the website. We've got so much. We are spoiling you because it is WrestleMania weekend. Night 2 is on the way. Thank you for watching. We will see you very soon.
gmorgan04.